and welcome everyone to the Environment Primer series of Drishti IAS. My name is Pragya, and in today's interesting episode of Environment Primer, we are going to study about a topic that concerns us all, and that is very important from your examination point of view and often remains in the news as well. The title of our today's discussion is Plastic Pollution. So do you know the plastic bottle which I am currently using to drink water contains nanoplastics in them that are produced by the plastic bottle itself? Interesting, right? So we are going to study more of such interesting content in our today's episode. In this discussion, we are going to study about firstly what are plastics. Then we are also going to analyze the plastic pollution crisis. We are also going to see the dangers of nanoplastics to health. We are also going to see the global efforts to end plastic pollution. Then we are also going to analyze the India's efforts to mitigate the plastic pollution. And lastly, we'll see a practice question for your prelims examination and a practice question for your mains examination. So if I talk about the background of our today's topic, recently in a research, the scientists have observed that this plastic bottle which you are using to drink water, which I am using to drink water, contains nanoplastics in them, which are very harmful to the human health. So this brings us to the moot question of our today's discussion, that what is plastic and what is the plastic pollution crisis and how are nanoplastics dangerous to the human health? Let us understand firstly what are plastics. So if I talk about plastic in very simple terms, it is a synthetic organic polymer that is non-biodegradable in nature. Non-biodegradable in nature. So plastic is a synthetic organic polymer which is non-biodegradable in nature and it has a very slow decomposition rate. So plastics are diverse group of synthetic materials that have become an integral part of our modern lives. So can you remember a bag full of plastic bags in your house? Definitely I can, and this is a very common practice which you follow in the Indian household. So plastic is used in household, it is used in building and construction, it is used in agriculture, it is used in FMCG industry. So we are using plastic in our day-to-day lives, and definitely it is not good. It is leading to the plastic pollution, which is in turn is harmful for the human health. Moving forward, let us understand the plastic pollution crisis in detail. So, the plastic pollution is a pressing environmental issue that arises from the excessive use and improper disposal of plastic materials. In fact, India lacks a solid waste disposable mechanism for disposing of plastic wastes. Only 12% of the plastic waste in India is recycled. Plastic waste in India is recycled. Okay. And this in turn is very harmful for the human health as well as for the environment. It occurs when plastic waste accumulates in the environment, leading to harmful consequences for ecosystems, wildlife and human health. So not only the human health but also the marine ecosystem, the wildlife, everywhere you will see that plastic pollution is affecting our day-to-day lives as well and the ecosystems as well. Moving forward, the production and consumption of plastic products have surged over the past few decades. As per a UN data, 400 million metric tons of plastic is produced. Plastic is produced and half of it is single-use plastic. Single-use plastic. So just imagine 400 million metric tons of plastic and half of it is single-use plastic. That means you will use it once and you will throw it in the environment. And I have explained that plastics are non-biodegradable in nature. They have a slow decomposition rate, and that is why it is adding to the plastic pollution. So while plastics offer many benefits, their disposable nature has led to a significant increase in the plastic waste, and this has got the countries around the globe very worried. So single-use items like bags, bottles and packagings are particularly problematic. So can you imagine this small plastic bottle, the water of which I'm using to drink contains nanoplastics, and how harmful it is for your health, for my health. And this shocking study has been published, and the scientists are asking us to say no to, explicitly say no to the plastic. Moving forward, plastic pollution poses a grave threat to ecosystems on land and in water as well. Plastic debris can take hundreds of years to break down, and during this time, it can harm habitats, alter soil composition and negatively impact aquatic ecosystems or the marine ecosystems. So what this plastic pollution is doing, we simply visit the ocean side, beach side, and we throw our plastic bottles there, okay. We do not realize that this plastic waste that we are throwing alongside the beaches is being consumed by the marine animals, and it is entering the food chain through their consumption. So this plastic waste is becoming more and more dangerous. Now let us analyze the dangers of nanoplastics to human health. All of us have heard about microplastics. But these nanoplastics are even more dangerous than the microplastics. They are less than 1 micron in unit. So they are less than 1 micron in unit, and they can directly enter our blood system and hamper blood, body and brain coordination. So this plastic pollution includes microplastics, which are tiny plastic particles less than 5 mm in size. But these nanoplastics are lesser than 1 mm in size, and hence they are more dangerous to the human health. So these particles can be created by the breakdown of larger plastics or are intentionally manufactured for use in the products like the personal care items. So as I have said that more than 400 million metric ton of plastics are being produced. And if you talk about India, in India only 9.3 million ton of plastic is being produced as per a recent data. And if you talk about humans, we consume around 50,000 particles of microplastic every day. 50,000 particles of microplastic. In fact, if I talk about the female gender, your cosmetics also contain plastic, okay. So you are consuming plastic in one form or other in your everyday life, and that is very dangerous for the human health. So microplastics can enter the food chain, potentially harming both wildlife and humans. The plastic pollutions which are being caused by human beings on the oceans, on the beaches, etc., we throw our plastic waste there. So it is being consumed by the marine animals, and definitely it is entering the food chain through it. And if I talk about the nanoplastics, they have the capacity to enter your blood and hamper your brain and blood coordination. Moving forward, from the polar ice caps to mountain peaks, microplastics ripple through ecosystems and find their way into drinking water and food, and it is very easier for them to reach our drinking water and food. Example, I am giving you that the plastic bottle which I am carrying with me as of now to drink plastic also contains the nanoplastics, as I have explained. They are so tiny that they can easily pass through the digestive system and lungs, entering the bloodstream directly, and from there to organs including the brain and heart. They can also cross the placenta into the bodies of unborn babies. So just imagine how dangerous they are. They can break every immunity barrier that is present in our body to enter our body and definitely hamper our health. Moving forward, let us analyze the global initiatives to end plastic pollution. So the 1972 Convention on the Prevention of Marine Pollution by Dumping Wastes and Other Matter, or the London Convention. So this London Convention is explicitly prohibiting marine pollution. Prohibiting marine pollution, okay. And it prohibits dumping of wastes in the water bodies. Prohibits dumping of wastes in water bodies. So it explicitly prohibits the dumping of plastic waste and other kinds of waste in the water bodies, and that is why this convention is very important. Second is the 1996 protocol to the London Convention. So the above mentioned convention was a protocol was added to it in the year 1996, and it prohibited dumping of any kind of waste into the marine ecosystems or the ocean bodies, okay, the water bodies. So there is an explicit prohibition of dumping wastes in the water bodies, but is it being followed? Let me know. The 1978 protocol to the International Convention for the Prevention of Pollution from Ships, or the MARPOL. Kindly let me know in the comment box below whether India is a signatory to MARPOL or not. So this MARPOL explicitly prohibits the waste materials that are being, dumped in the oceans by the ships. Moving forward, UNEP has been at the forefront of the global fight against the plastic pollution. And what is this UNEP? It is United Nations Environmental Program. So in 2018, it launched the Clean Seas campaign, which encourages governments, businesses and individuals to take action to reduce plastic waste in the oceans. And the UNEP also plays a role in fostering international cooperation on plastic pollution through initiatives like the Global Partnership on Marine Litter. So the countries are coming together by way of United Nations, UNEP, etc. and they are talking about ending the plastic pollution, especially the marine litter, the marine plastic pollution that is being caused by human beings as well as through other mediums as well. Moving forward, we have the goal 14 of the SDGs, or the Sustainable Development Goals, also known as Life Below Water, and it includes a target to prevent and significantly reduce marine pollution of all kinds, including plastic litter, by 2025. This goal provides a global framework for addressing plastic pollution and its impact on the marine ecosystem. In fact, the World Environment Day, kindly let me know in the comment box below the day on which it is celebrated. Was on to highlight the dangers of plastic pollution. 2023, dangers of plastic pollution. So the theme of this year, World Environment Day, that was celebrated in the year 2023, the theme was Beat Plastic Pollution. Beat plastic pollution. So definitely the countries are cognizant of the plastic pollution that is happening, and they are coming forward through these initiatives to beat the plastic pollution. In fact, the World Environment Day is a very significant day, and this year the theme was to beat the plastic pollution. Moving forward, in 2009, amendments to the Basil Convention on the control of transboundary movements of hazardous wastes and their disposal came into effect. And Basil Convention is a legally binding treaty. So now the plastic waste and scraps are liable to the PIC requirement under the Basil Convention. That means the global north countries cannot use the global south countries for disposing their plastic wastes, and they cannot dispose the hazardous waste in the marine ecosystems or the marine bodies. Okay, so remember, Basil Convention is a legally binding convention. These amendments require better management and tracking of the international trade of plastic waste and promote environmentally sound management of the plastic waste. In fact, the developed countries also need to help the developing countries in effective plastic waste management. Moving forward, let us analyze the United Nations resolution, a recent United Nations resolution that has been passed by 124 countries which are party to the United Nations Environment Assembly, including India, and they have signed a resolution to draw up an agreement which will in the future make it legally binding for the signatories to address the full life of plastics from production to disposal to end plastic pollution. So they are trying to draw up a global plastic pact, global plastic pact, okay, and this will also be legally enforceable in nature. So a resolution might be coming up which will ask which will bind the countries that are signatory to it legally to end the plastic pollution. Now let us analyze what the India is doing, what initiatives are the Indian government is taking to end plastic pollution. Okay, so the Indian government has placed a complete ban on single-use plastic from 1st July 2022. But is this ban being followed? Let me know in the comment box below. So India has also introduced the plastic waste management rules in 2016 to address the growing problem of plastic waste in the country, and these rules have been time and again revised by the Indian government, and the latest revision has come in the year 2022. These rules were a significant step towards better management and reduction of plastic pollution. Moving forward, as I was saying this before also, that the plastic waste management rules have been revised in the year 2022 by the government. So the 2022 amendment to the plastic waste management rules introduces stricter guidelines for extended producer responsibility and simultaneously imposes a ban of specific single-use plastic products. It prohibits the production, import, storage, distribution, sale and uses of carry bags made from either virgin or recycled plastic with a thickness of less than 75 micrometers. That means the India is serious about its single-use plastic ban, and that is why these rules have made even stricter guidelines for using the single-use plastic. Moving forward, plastic parks have been established in India as dedicated industrial areas focused on the recycling and processing of plastic wastes. And as I have mentioned before, only 12% of the plastic waste is recycled in India. Plastic waste is recycled in India, and India is a largest producer of the plastic waste. Okay, it is one of the largest producers, so the recycling amount is comparatively low. So beach cleanup initiatives jointly led by the Indian government and various NGOs have been organized to gather and appropriately dispose of plastic waste found on the beaches. In fact, India also runs a Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. And this also focuses on ending the plastic pollution in India. Awareness campaigns in India have been initiated to inform the public about the detrimental consequences of plastic pollution and to promote the adoption of more sustainable options. So Indian government has launched various green initiatives. A mobile app has also been launched, and they are tracking the use of plastic. They are trying to educate the public about the harms related to the use of single-use plastic. So Indian government is making every effort to mitigate plastic pollutions. In fact, plastic-free villages are also being created by the Indian governments, and smart cities also discusses about ending plastic pollution. So the Indian government is playing a very active part in ending or mitigating the plastic related pollution. With this, we come to a conclusion of our today's discussion. We have seen that a shocking study has come that states that the plastic bottles which we are using carry nanoplastics in them, which are manufactured by the plastic bottle itself, and that is very dangerous to the human health. We have analyzed what is plastic. We have also seen the plastic pollution crisis. We have also understood the dangers of nanoplastics on human health. We have also seen the global initiatives to end plastic pollution. We have also seen that the Indian government is working actively to achieve or mitigate the plastic pollution crisis. Now let us discuss a practice question for your prelims examination. So the question is, why is there a great concern about the microbeads that are released into the environment? And this is a PYQ that was asked to you in the year 2019. So your option A is they are considered harmful to the marine ecosystems. Option B, they are considered to cause skin cancer in children. Option C, they are small enough to be observed by crop plants in irrigated fields. And option D is they are often found to be used as food adulterants. Kindly drop your answers in the comment box below. Now let us analyze the practice question for your mains examination. So the question is, plastic pollution is the most widespread problem affecting the marine ecosystem. Discuss. So firstly, you will write what are plastics. You will mention the plastic pollution crisis, that yes, they are entering the food chain through marine ecosystem. The marine ecosystem has been consuming the plastic which is being disposed in the water bodies, and which in turn is harming the food chain as well. You will write about the dangers of nanoplastics for human health, microplastics for human health, and you will also write the initiatives to mitigate plastic pollutions, both global initiatives as well as the Indian initiatives. And you can conclude very holistically that we need to switch to a more sustainable thing apart from plastic, and we need to stop using single waste plastic. And in fact, you can give various examples as well. For example, the Zepto Coca-Cola initiative. Zepto Coca-Cola initiative. So if you have recently ordered from an app known as Zepto, you might have seen that it is asking you to give the plastic bottles of Coca-Cola and other such plastic bottles to their delivery partner so that they can be recycled. Amazon.com in India is working towards increasing sustainable packaging. IKEA is also working towards that. So you can give various examples and say that we need to switch to more sustainable use other than products other than the using the single use plastic. So you can conclude very holistically. I hope this session was insightful for you. If you have any feedback regarding this session, kindly drop it in the comment box below. If you liked today's discussion and found it to be helpful, kindly like the video and subscribe to our channel for more such updates. Thank you.